In this video, we will cover your first project, which is designing an app. You're going to create mobile application software, and it's developed for low-power handheld devices such as your mobile telephones. In our case, we will design one for an iPhone. You will be doing the analysis and the requirements necessary to design an app. So first, you're going to review the current situation, okay, and develop a diagram as the business process is now. And then you are going to look at it, figure out how it can be improved, solve a problem, and then you are going to create the to-be business process diagram. All right, so I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. The as-is process of depositing a check in the bank. So right now, say, you work late every day and you have checks in your pocket and you can't get there to the bank because they close before you get off work. You get tired of carrying them around for weeks because you haven't had time to go by the bank. You can't get them cashed. Okay, so that's a problem. And that was a problem for a lot of people. And that's why today we have mobile apps, right? Mobile banking apps, because it was a huge problem for a lot of people. So if you're looking at how can you design an app like that? Well, first of all, we identified the problem. The problem was people couldn't get to the bank. So banks saw that, and with the mobile phones and the way people started using them, they saw an opportunity to solve the problem with a mobile app. Now, you need to diagram these processes, okay? And so there's a little bit of terminology that we'll use to be able to create our diagrams. First of all, business process is those goal-directed activities. So in the case of the banking app, right, that means that the process is about depositing money or checks into the bank, right? So that's the business process. Then we're going to have a business process diagram, because the diagram will let us lay it out step by step so that you can see how the software has to be written to be able to perform the same task. So that's a business process diagram. And then you're going to have in this diagram what's called swim lanes. Swim lanes are just a way to divide up the vertically the process so that you can follow the flow. Actors like the people, computers, whatever is going on in your particular process. And then the as-is process is the current way it is, right? The way the process functions right now before you design it. And then the to-be is how the app's going to work after you redesign it. All right, so here is a process diagram I created for depositing a check. This is the as-is business process, which you can see at the top. Okay, this as-is business process takes you through the steps it takes to cash a check without using a mobile app. So the way it currently was before the mobile app. You'll see it's divided by a swim lane. That's this line, and this line, again, is just a simple line that's drawn in PowerPoint, and I'll show you how to create one if you haven't done that before. Okay, so swim lane, that's considered a swim lane. Okay, and to create one, you just go to Insert in PowerPoint, and you're going to go to Shapes. You'll see the line one, and you just draw the line vertically down the page, and that will create a simple swim lane. Now, there are programs that will do this much more sophisticatedly, like Visio. Okay, so it's a much more elegant, sophisticated program that will let you click on diagrams. It will create swim lanes automatically for you. It's a great program. If you have access to Visio, please use it. It's a great opportunity to learn how to create a business process in Visio. But if you don't, it's okay. I don't want people to have to go out and purchase software. So if you don't have access to Visio, then PowerPoint is a good basic tool that we can do what we need to do. All right, so I just showed you how to create the swim lane in PowerPoint. And that was one right here. This is just a line drawn vertically. The two things, the actors that we have in this process as it is right now is a customer and a bank teller. So what are the steps? And this is where it's important. You have to break it down step by step, because when you automate it with an app, you have to perform all the steps necessary to complete the same task, which in the end, in this one, is to get that check deposited into the bank. All right, so the customer, as you can see, endorses the check. Then I've drawn a little arrow, and again, that's just a shape that's inserted. Okay, so the next flow is drive to the bank, then enter the bank, give the teller the check, ID, and account information. Then the teller is an actor in the same process. She verifies the account information, inputs details from the check, the amount, the account, the number, etc., prints a receipt for you, and then hands back to you the receipt. And that way you have deposited the check into the bank this way. Now, we want to create an app to be able to deposit a check for us. So we have to take these steps and automate them into application software. So that becomes the to-be process. And you'll see at the top here, to-be business process. Okay, you will set yours up exactly the same way as these are set up. You see these vertical lines, which are your swim lanes. You see the actors in this process, which are customer and the teller, right? But this time the teller really is the bank itself, because you're not interacting with, say, a teller. It could be somebody in the information systems department that verifies it, or a special person. Sometimes parts of it at least are automated. All right, so you have the customer, you have the bank, and the other actor would be the app itself. So let's go through the steps for the to-be business process. You still endorse the check, but now you enter a login into your iPhone. Then the mobile app kicks in. It submits the account information for verification to the bank. The bank verifies the information, displays the account information on the mobile app. You take a picture of the front. You take a picture of the back. They're displayed on the app. You verify the image is clear. Then it translates the details from the check, the amount, the account number, etc. The bank verifies the check details, displays the check details, the app, and then you verify the amounts on your iPhone. Then you actually submit your request. The bank completes the transaction, displays the transaction status. You receive it from the mobile app, and then you get an email confirmation from your bank that the deposit is complete. Now, at first glance, it would look like it's much easier just to drive to the bank because it has less steps. But as you can see, all the things that happen between the customer, the mobile app itself, and the bank, all the steps have to be accounted for in your process, because they're all going to be automated through software, and the software has to know the exact steps that it needs to interact with, because when software is written, if the exact instructions don't match up, then the software won't work correctly. So it's really important that all the steps be in there. And for those who've used mobile banking apps, you find that they are really convenient and really do solve a problem about trying to get to the bank. Not to mention they save gas, having to stand in line and wait. So there are a lot of advantages to a mobile app, banking app. All right, so that's an example for you for a business process as it is, or as it is to be. Now, in here, you'll notice one thing that's different from the as is. There's only 2 actors in the to be process. There's 3. You may find that you have 3 to start with. You may be improving a process that has, say it's already an app for it, but you see a better way to do something. So that's okay too. You may have 3 actors to start with. Again, the point is to design an app that's going to solve a problem, improve a process. Doesn't have to be original in the sense that, I mean, there may be other similar apps out there, but if you can do it better, that's still a good idea for an app. Right now, I want to show you in here the template that you will be using to design your app. Okay, there's a copy of it in Blackboard. Okay, so you can download it. All right, this is the mock app template, and you'll see you'll put your logo right here, so people, when they tap it, they'll see it. You can get a logo on the internet. It's just nothing but a picture. You can crop it or resize it so that it can copy and paste right on top of this screen. Then you'll see they're blank ones, and so you're going to copy and paste your design onto this template. And you can get most of the little icons that you need to design your phone right in the design library that's included with the template. So you'll see each one of these little things in here. And so say, for instance, I wanted to have voicemail on mine. I could take this particular design right here and select it. And then I could put it by just copying it, actually. And I could paste it onto my template. I have to kind of change the color there of my, okay. And I will change it to black, and you'll see that it says voicemail there. And then I could go back to my template. See, I want the picture. And so I now have a little voicemail icon on the screen. So you will design each one of your iPhone templates for your project. Now, the complete project, okay, has more than this. You will combine this template with your business processes and also with your work on if you have a market share, those kinds of things. I have examples in Blackboard that you can click on and see. So if you go to where it says problem example, you'll see here's a problem for a business app where it's voicemail. It's called the Hi Mom app. And so you will need to have the problem, solution, the benefits, the market segment. You'll need 3 of those of basically who's going to use your app. Yours will be a business app, so it could be internal. So if you work for a company and you want to write an app to help something inside your company internally, you still can have a market segment. You have the customers that are within your company. Okay, so it might be like the accounting department would be one market segment, or the marketing department, or you know, a subgroup of that. So you could define market segments that are within your company. Right, that's one example there. Again, in Blackboard, you also have the persona. Personas are just somebody with actually even with a name. So in this case, it's Cassie, a 17-year-old high school student. Say it was a person inside your company, somebody in finance that's going to use your app. Then it could be John in finance, has been with the company 13 years, and he needs a better way to do something, and you've designed an app for that now. So your target market and persona are part of what you need as well. And then I also have the as-is example here for the Hi Mom app. all of these will be combined into one particular PowerPoint. Okay, so don't keep them into two. You want actually to have one PowerPoint with everything in it, and I will show you an example of that. All right, so this example in PowerPoint is of the Hi Mom app. You can see it's set up here with a title slide. This is all in PowerPoint. Then you're going to have broke down your problem, solution, benefits, market segment. Do not put it in black, dark, black or dark blue like this because it's very difficult to read. You might want to do a different color. This is the persona. Then you'll have your as is, how is it now? You'll have your to be process, how's it gonna be? And then you will have the slides that will have your actual design on them. So this will all be one PowerPoint that you will submit into Blackboard. Now make sure to read the chapter right here. It says read PDF Chapter 2, Information Systems to Enhance Business Process Redesign. This is really important chapter. It will go through all the things that I just went through. It's just a PDF, so open up, make sure to read it before you start because it will help again with those business processes and things like that. If you have questions, just let me know.